Okay. Oops. I've got Sleepy Godzilla trying to run away. I've got Plushy Godzilla. I've got Minus Godzilla in front of me. So, Laura talked to me on the phone yesterday, and today I just got out of a Zoom meeting, and she's going to call me throughout the week just to keep checking on me. I was almost hospitalized because of how badly in crisis I am, but it looks like right now I won't have to go to a hospital, and I really can't because there's nobody else to take care of my dad throughout the day. He needs someone with him 24/7, and I'm the only one that can be here. So, like, if I leave, he's got nobody. And I did attempt suicide last Friday on October 3rd. I'm really ashamed to admit that I tried to take my life because I was so badly in crisis. And when I did my little, like, poll thingy that I do the day before a session, you know, my scores triggered concern. And so I got a call from, you know, Laura's office, not Laura herself, but someone that works with her that, you know, talked me through safety plans and numbers to call and all kinds of things. And then Laura called me on the phone later, and she talked to Marcy too, because Marcy came and it was a speakerphone call, and she let Marcy know how serious my condition was, because I was just, when I say things, people don't take it seriously, but when someone official says it, it's taken seriously. Marcy is spread so thin that she can't take on more. So she can't take time off work to babysit me and Dad. She can't do it. So, but the phone call sparked a conversation between us where I aired my anxieties, you know, because I'm worried what's going to happen to me after my mom is dead. Because that's going to happen someday, not immediately, but someday. It could be in 5 years. It could be in 10 minutes. I mean, but she's not in danger right now or anything. And by the way, my mom did poop, and she's taking Jello and water in, so, you know, the blockage is cleared in her bowel, so food is moving through again. You know, things are moving through, so there's that news. I don't know when she's coming home yet, because they gotta take care of everything about her, because she's a mess. So, but anyway, there's gonna be a day where she won't come home. You know, she's gonna go to the hospital and not come home. So, you know, Marcy and I talked about that, and she's been trying to get my parents to put me in a group home for years, you know, with other adults that are autistic like me, and they've just been very resistant, you know, and she's trying to avoid it happening in a crisis situation like this, but that's probably how it's going to be, is in a crisis. And I just have to accept that that's how it's going to be. But Marcy didn't know how serious it was, but now she does, and she's checking with me. Instead of just checking Dad and then leaving, she'll check with me, make sure I'm okay. And she reassured me that she will be by every day and I will not be totally alone with Dad, and that if he has a poop disaster, to just let her know, and she won't be able to come immediately, but she will be there as soon as she can get away to get here and deal with it. But that I don't have to worry about it, and I don't have to touch it or be near it, and he's going to have to be uncomfortable, and that's just his problem. And to just not panic about what I can't control. And a lot of my life has been being reprimanded for things I can't control, so not having control is kind of a panic-inducing thing for me. But when I'm reassured of it's okay to let that go, that's a little easier for me to swallow. So anyway, I just have to continue carrying on and keeping myself safe. And Last night I had a very serious conversation with my dad about my situation because he didn't understand how serious it was, but I told him I could die or I could end up in the hospital, and if end up in either of those, I won't be here to take care of you. So I need you to not create more pressure for me. Because if I'm not here, you got nobody to come sit with you all day. And you're going to be alone all day till somebody can come and give you meds and clean you up and whatever. And I think it really scared him because he got upset and he cried and he's like, "But what about me? What'll happen to me?" And I'm like, "You'll be alone." And I was very frank, and I think I put the fear of God into him because he has not been like argumentative. He hasn't been petty. He hasn't complained about how I'm feeding him or that I made a sandwich a certain way or whatever. He's become very compliant, which I wish he would do that all the time so that I wouldn't get so frustrated with him. But I think the fear that I could go away and he'd be left with nobody really has gotten him to shape up, at least for now. I don't know what it'll be like when Mom comes home, but for right now, he seems to be behaving himself and trying to make things easier for me for once. Which, that's new. I don't expect it to continue. So anyway, I just have to keep on hanging on. And Laura will call me throughout the week to check in on me and talk to me and make sure I'm okay. So, there's that too. And I let her know the nights that I take showers so she won't call and call and call and get worried that something happened when I'm not picking up the phone. So anyway, yeah. I'm in a crisis, but I think I'm surviving it. But I almost didn't. Everything is so hard when you're mentally ill. It's like I've never been the focus of my family's life, and I don't want this to be the reason I become the focus. I don't want me in crisis making me the focus. But I feel like I get passed over everywhere else, and if I were to disappear, who would notice? And when they do notice, would they be mad at me for doing it? Because now I'm not here to be used to be another caregiver? It's ridiculous. Everybody would be sad that I'm gone. And I need to remind myself of that because I keep telling myself they'll be mad at me. But they'd be sad. Just like I'm sad that Elizabeth is gone. So anyway, I just have to hang in there and just keep making it day by day. That's all I can do is day by day.